In this episode of Ron Sombrano's Humanize, I'm going to talk about the psychology of women that seek men for their money. The modern equivalents for gold digger have evolved to emphasize either the exact nature of the financial agreement or the transactional reality of the relationship. All right, gold digger, for you young guys out there, gold digger is the old term that generally portrays a woman that goes after a guy, marries a guy, or goes with a guy, dates a guy that has money or status. All right. Okay, so the most common modern terms include, all you young guys know this one, sugar babies. Okay, refers to someone who receives financial, career, or material support from an older or wealthier benefactor, in quotes, a sugar daddy or sugar mama. In this case, sugar daddy, because we're talking about women, usually younger, going for the older guys with the money, all right, and the status or whatever. All right, so transaction dater slash transactional partner, all right, highlights relationships deliberately formed for exchanging romance or attention for financial or material gain, right? All right, okay, so another term, modern term for gold digger, clout chaser, the double C, clout chaser. While originally referring to someone who pursues relationships for fame or social media clout, the term is now frequently used to describe people seeking wealthy partners, specifically for the resulting high status lifestyle. Sickening, if you ask me. Opportunist, a broader term to describe someone who exploits situations or people for personal and financial gain without genuine affection. All right, guys, you young guys out there, Uncle Ron's gonna let you know, man, don't get taken by these ladies. Sweet talk, right? They don't want to massage your back, but you're buying them all kinds of goodies. Maybe you're so stupid and blind you bought her a condo, and right, and she's shacking up with somebody else. Come on, man. Come on, man. Smell the coffee that's roasting in the kitchen. All right, so the psychology behind this dynamic, often referred to colloquially as gold digging, is multifaceted. It is generally driven by a blend of evolutionary psychology, deep-seated emotional needs, and specific personality traits. All right, here we go. Evolutionary perspectives, in quotes, hypergamy. Hypergamy. From an evolutionary standpoint, this behavior is linked to hypergamy, the biological tendency to seek a mate with higher social, physical, or financial status. For most women, they want their sugar daddies to have all of that. All right, anyway. Resource security. Resource security. All right. Historically, women were at a biological disadvantage in gathering resources while pregnant or rearing children, leading to an innate drive to secure a partner who can provide material and physical safety. All right? All right. Status signaling. Financial success in men is frequently perceived by these women as an indicator of ambition, intelligence, and survival capability. All right, huh? So, money as an emotional construct. Okay, psychological studies indicate that women are statistically more likely to associate money with love, care, and emotion. A likely story, guys. A likely story, right? Transactional love. For some, affection and financial provisioning are intrinsically linked. They may view spending as the ultimate proof of a partner's devotion and care. Conditional self-worth. For women who feel insecure, the acquisition of luxury goods, financial care, or high status can serve as a shield against inadequacy, boosting their confidence and self-esteem. All right. Personality traits. When this behavior crosses the line into deliberate manipulation or exploitation, it often points to specific personality traits, often referred to as the dark triad. 1. Narcissism. 2. Machiavellianism. And psychopathy. Lack of empathy. They are often able to detach emotionally, allowing them to watch a partner drain their resources or go into debt without experiencing remorse. Manipulative tendencies. They view relationships as calculated, transactional arrangements where the primary goal is resource extraction in exchange for companionship, beauty, or superficial affection. Entitlement. A deeply ingrained belief that they are owed a lavish lifestyle simply by virtue of their appearance or association, without necessarily having to continue emotionally or domestically. Understanding this psychology helps explain why these relationships are frequently built on a mutual, though often shallow, trade. Shallow. Guys, shallow is not the word God wants you to have in a relationship with a woman, right? You want a deep, man. Okay. The men in these scenarios often possess their own psychological motivators, such as seeking ego boosts, control, or the companionship of an attractive partner. All right. There you go. All right. So anyway, I've seen this in my lifetime. Men that got screwed. Okay. I had a postman that got married to an Asian bar girl. All right. Showed me pictures of her. So her looks did not match his. In other words, come on, man. She could do better than your looks. Sorry. And I told him, you sure you want to marry this girl? Seriously? She works in a bar, right? But he was proud, showing a picture to all of his friends and everyone on our street waiting for our mail. Long story short, she took him to the cleaners and back and took his ass on the street and ran him over with his brand new 4x4 Tacoma that she took after the divorce. I knew this ex-Army Ranger that married a sexy younger blonde. He looked like Barney Rubble, right? In real life. And she looked like some hot bikini model, right? He was like 15 years older than her. She not only married his ass because he had a lucrative business, but she was also having sex with her personal trainer that he paid for. How's that? It's like a soap opera. All his friends was telling him, dude, you don't need this young bitch. Find someone else. But he wanted to, look the part, right? Wanted to be the man with the hot chick. Lesson to all you young dumbasses out there. Have fun. Have fun with all the women. Get it out of your system. All right? And then marry a good, beautiful woman that's going to be with you through ups and downs. Celebrate your successes and be there when you fail. And you can do the same for her. Get it out of your system. Don't wait a long time and then get your jollies when you're, Get your jollies when you're broke. Don't get your jollies with hot women when you got your investments, you got your financial security almost, and you marry some gold digger or some opportunist. Oh man, you don't know how to play the game. You know? Ah man, you guys are a joke. No money after that. So I knew of this eye surgeon guy that married his young office manager who had two kids from another marriage. Two. Dos. She was hot, she was fine, right? But she came with baggage. Maybe he needed eye surgery. It's like, hey, doctor, look at what she got, right? It's two kids. She using you, bruh. Sure enough, he takes her to meet his family and his siblings, his mom and dad on holidays. They just didn't like her, right? Come on, right? You can smell the gold digger. So it ended up pretty bad. They fought a lot, and he slapped her around a few times, causing trauma for the kids that they didn't really deserve. They're just innocent kids following mommy, marrying the doctor. But mommy married a dude with money, but she didn't want to satisfy old doctor dude in the bedroom when he wanted, right? If you know what I mean. So what a freaking joke, right? So he might as well have gone to Thailand and paid for fun, if you know what I mean, with all those ladies over there. Or maybe the lady boys, I don't know what he's into. But instead of marrying trouble, I mean, guys, when you have money, you gotta watch what ladies come around. Don't be so stupid. Man, I can't believe how stupid some men are. They just protect yourself, man. No need to get married. Just have fun. There's no strings attached, and you keep your money. Once you get married, it gets all legal, and she can rip you off. She might be planning the whole thing, smiling, doing the happy thing, making you happy, if you know what I mean. This is kind of like a family show, so you know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what Uncle Ron, Brother Ron's saying. It's like, man, just have fun, man. Anyway, and there was this 65-year-old, kind of like a mama's boy. Well, not really a mama's boy. I'm just saying, because the guy was single for a long time. But so there was this old dude, and when we were younger, he was already an old dude. There was this old dude that worked for the city parks department, and he was living with his mom because his dad died, a long time before. So long story short, he was one of those guys that played lots of golf on the weekends with the boys, and went on his friend's boat to go deep sea fishing. The guy was an excellent outdoorsman. He could hunt, fish, and all that. He could survive on his own, basically. But as far as his relationships with women, it was always the easy ones. And then it was like, adios, senorita, leave my ass alone. I'm good, right? He's one of those guys, just happy-go-lucky. So basically he was like one of those bar girl kind of guys, just like the poster guy. And they were friends, maybe. Anyway, until one day, close to retirement, he fell in love with this woman who was like, I don't know, a few years younger than him. But she wasn't dynamic. She wasn't like that sexy hot mama kind of woman, just like a plain Jane. So, but at his age, it was perfect, right? Because he had all his jollies. He did the right thing. He got all his jollies out of the way with women. But she wasn't dynamic, just a plain Jane. But at his age, like I said, it was perfect. But she didn't have kids. She had a good job, and he got all his jollies out of the system. Like I said, it was time for this city employee to settle down with a woman, right? So, and since his mother was bedridden, basically, it was time she went into a care facility. So he got married to the woman, right? She helped him out with his mother. They checked her into a care home and visited a few times a week. She was like the perfect daughter-in-law. But then after just a year, the new wife got a little cocky, right? Telling him what to do. He was about to retire soon, and he was taking life easy. He had money, he had investments, because he was single all these years. So, but all of a sudden, it's like, hey, my mom needs surgery for her back, And he's like, what? All right, okay, let's help mom out, right? And then it became like, hey, my close cousin needs my help. She needs 10 grand. And it's like, hey, I want a brand new Camaro, you know, stuff like that. Like just ordering him around, treating him like a sack of crap, right? And it's like, hey, we're gonna go out next week to meet my friends flying in from Denver. You know, go buy some new clothes. You look like crap. She became mean. It's like, hey, I can't stand you. After a while, she couldn't stand him, calling him a piece of crap, and hey you, blah blah blah. Just kind of egging him on, gaslighting him and stuff. Just gaslighting him and stuff. She became a nuisance. So he kind of slapped her around a few times, and finally, she divorced his ass and took half of what he had in his investments, and he went to jail for a little while for slapping her around, and it's just crazy, just really crazy stuff. So a bit of wisdom for you young guys out there and you veteran guys out there. If you aren't married by the time you're about to collect your Social Security, don't get married. Screw that. Take care of your money. Mental health. Take care of your mental health, right? If you got money, you can date some good, fine-looking women, and away they go. They want to hang on, but you call the shots. Look at this case. In this case, the guy I was just reading about, he marries this chick or this lady. In a year, she planned it. Became a gaslighter, gassing him up, telling him what to do. He looks like crap, buying new clothes. She wants a new car, meet her good, well-to-do friends, man. Guys never learn. Read the Bible, man. I think if every guy read the Bible and really follow it, they'd watch out, man. Because a lot of women are like evil. They're like part of the devil. A lot of women are like part of the devil's stable. Maybe not. I don't want to offend the women out there. I'm just saying. Okay. So anyway, for those of you in deep depression and don't want to wake up in the mornings, maybe it's time to see a professional counselor experienced in mental health, behavioral health. Talk to a friend, your personal physician, somebody, right? And if you really have suicidal ideations, I'm getting serious, guys, call 988. The number is up here someplace. It is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, open 24/7, 365. You can text them as well, and they offer various languages, right? So call them up, text them. Also, if you need to talk to someone about everyday life and nobody wants to listen to you, I am not a licensed therapist, okay? So I can't deal with any kind of mental health issues like depression and anxiety, PTSD, that kind of stuff. But if you need a pair of ears to vent, like you're sick of your in-laws, contact me to vent. Maybe you have a question and need some guidance on a new path in life. You can contact me. My email is going to be at the end of this video, as well as in the description section. When you click on this video, the description section, right? So if you feel this channel is good, you like it, then like it and subscribe. And I don't have any sponsors just yet. So, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, you feel like, hey, Ron, you're onto something. We feel for you. You want to buy me a latte or a mocha or something. My Venmo QR code is at the end of this video also. If you want, be so kind, I'll gladly accept it. What else? Yeah, and also the Venmo link is in the description of the video. All right, so again, I was just, kind of having fun, but not to be mean to women, all right? I think all you good women out there who have brothers or dads or good male friends, right? You're probably going to tell them, hey, I don't think this chick's good for you, right? Come on now, be real, be real, because women, you are the best to spot the bad women for the local brothers out there, right? So Uncle Ron, Brother Ron, I just want to offer wisdom, and all of you out there, especially the young men out there, don't get tied down too quickly, all right? Feel out that woman, give it time, see what she's all about. I don't know. My my best to all of you out there seeking a good female for life. All right? I don't know. Go to church, guys. Seek God. Seek something. Get some wisdom, man. I don't want to see you guys getting taken to the cleaners, right? It's enough of that. Come on, guys. You guys, especially guys that's making money. Oh my God, you guys, watch it. There's so many guys out there wish they had the money you got, and they're watching you make these grave mistakes. They're like, ah, come on, guys. Anyway, you guys take care. God bless.